The flamingos are pink because they live in their natural habitat.
This is so boring. I wish there was a way we could go outside and learn and live our experiences and...
Same. Wait a minute. I know. Wetlands.
It's just around the corner.
Let's go. Whoa!
Our chosen venue is Wildfowl and Wetlands Trust. Sir David Attenborough opened the reserve in April 1991. The reserve provides homes and shelters for many animals whilst offering a nice day out for visitors and schools.
What's on offer?
At Wetlands, teachers are able to tailor-make trips in accordance with their inquiry-based learning. 11 topics are covered at Wetlands, from pond dipping to how birds fly.
Facilities available to us are
The British Steel Hide,
the observatory,
the Viewing Tower,
mini beast hunts,
the Flamingo House,
indoor and outdoor classrooms.
specialised qualified staff are on hand for schools.
Let's look at these in action. Hello, we're in the observatory. The Oxford Dictionary defines observatory as a viewing point to view terrestrial events. I'll take you a little look now. Here is a really hands-on way in which children are able to learn by seeing, basically. Using all senses, they can view then the different habitats, different living conditions that birds and animals will go through here. With this big 360 view of the lake, which is man-made, it's a man-made lake made by wetlands, we're able to see different types of animals and different types of creatures that live here. If you draw your attention to this board, you're able to see different types of birds and birds which live here, and as a class, which a class can fit inside here, they're able to view and pick out which types of birds, search and find which type of animals are here. Also, with the aid of the binoculars here, we're able to look. Ooh, I got a bird there. We're able to listen, you can hear the bird's noise, and then they can react and learn about the types of birds and types of views they can see. The first hands-on experience. This is all about looking, listening and learning.
Wow, this is just amazing. All these different types of birds that I can just see just from standing here.
Did you know that this is the biggest learning environment classroom they have?
Wow,
They
really?
built another one right around the corner.
Can we go see?
Yes, but first let's look more.
Okay.
I've seen flamingos before, but this is still amazing to see. But you know, children coming in here for the first time and experiencing a completely different type of bird. It's amazing for them. It really, really is. It's all well and good reading from a book that a flamingo is pink, but when you can actually see it, then you believe it a little bit more.
And also, if you look on the wall again, they just have all the
So
information.
there are 6 different types of flamingo in the world. I'm not sure if all 6 of them are here. Maybe.
No, we have the
Definitely
Caribbean.
Yeah.
We only have
There
those
are
ones
6
here.
types, and also it gives the children a chance to read, and if they can't read it, perhaps the teachers can. You can see
what they do when they display their feathers and wings, how they filter feeding, how they keep pink, how they keep pink, and how they breed.
We can't.
What?
Cells.
How do you know we can't feed it?
Makes sense.
Where?
So, just have a little look. The flamingos are the largest flocks in the UK. This has caught the eye of many schools and has, as a result, has become a leading attraction. From the information provided, schools can use inquiry-based learning to research more than the classroom. Inquiry-based learning is made up of 5 different areas, all of which we were able to use throughout our visit. Ask.
Asking questions are the best way of finding out the information you need. With the friendly staff around to help you, this made asking questions a lot easier. Popular questions included: where do the birds live? How do the birds fly? These are all suitable questions asked by foundation phase. Investigate.
Investigations can be carried out here, and there are many ways in which to do this, whether it is an investigation on animals or plants. Worksheets are provided also to aid children with their own investigations. Create.
With the support of the indoor classroom, students are able to create their very own activities such as food chains and mini beast homes. Discuss.
Discussions occur all the time within the park, and controlled discussions are praised within the park. Through discussions, you're able to see how others perceive the land, also be able to reflect and compromise your own decisions. Reflect.
At the end of their visit, children are able to reflect on what type of day they have had and in what ways they have learned differently by using an outdoor classroom. Here the children are able to reflect on parts of the day they enjoyed and parts of the day they didn't enjoy as much.
National curriculum subjects are followed within the park. Here are some examples.
Maths.
In wetlands, every signpost from as you enter into the park has a little wooden plank on it that shows your distance that you have walked since entering the park, which is really interesting because, you know, with schools they can explain to the children then how long, distances and things like that, which is really good.
Also, there are a lot of room for activities to be able to count how many ducks you see or how many animals you see, which is really good for younger children, so you can especially see them their counting skills as well as a fun little game.
Also, wetlands provides trails for the children. There are 2 different trails, one for Key Stage 2 and one for Foundation Phase. These trails consist of like a treasure hunt where children, for Foundation Phase, there are little plastic frogs that are placed all around the park and are numbered 1 to 10. This then gives the children a chance to develop their math skills by entering into these trails.
English. Throughout the day, language is a very crucial part of the day. From the moment they walk through the door, they learn different types of words, such as the different names of the birds, observatory and lagoon, words they might not have heard before. Throughout the day then, they are given tasks in which they can use this language and develop it to make a full sentence. These are the words that they take back to the classroom and use to develop their own language.
Science. Science in wetlands is a really popular subject, like all of the others. But they're very popular topics within science, such as life cycles, materials, and also insects. We will be picking up on science later because it's such a broad subject. Geography.
Like science, geography is a very important subject within wetlands. Not only are they able to learn about different types of outdoors and different types of environments, they're also able to see where birds come from and different locations. We filmed a little clip here, that's you to see.
World development is very popular here as they have the different birds from different areas of the world located amongst wetlands. We have South American birds, the European and Asian birds, and And African birds situated just up here. It's important that they keep all the birds from their own countries together, just in case they cause any sort of arguments or fights.
I really enjoyed that, Claire.
So did I. Thanks, Laura. Also within wetlands, geography is still very important. You'll be able to learn certain things such as observatories and lagoons, something which you don't really know in schools without seeing it. So here you'll be able to get a first-hand experience about what lagoons are. History.
Within wetlands, all schools have a brief description on the history of wetlands. Obviously, depending on Key Stage 2 or Foundation phase, it depends on how much information they have. Not only just the history on the location, but also history about the birds that come into it, you know, how long have these birds been around and things like that. It's really interesting, and history is a vital part of your experience at wetlands.
Drama.
Drama and art go hand in hand in wetlands. In the indoor classroom, the children get a chance to do role play, which is a really good experience for them and also enhances their creativity.
PE. Walking around is one way of getting lots of different exercises. There they have lots of different distances you can walk from, like we said earlier on, from Key Stage 2 to Foundation phase. And also there they have a jungle gym, which is just a little bit of fun so that children, whilst on a break from the park, can have a little play. Art. All children like to be creative, and what better place to do it is out in wetlands. Not only can you look at the beautiful views there, you're also able to see different types of birds, different colours, different materials. Here you'll be able to draw different types of birds using lots and lots of different colours. Also, you're able to have a go at tracing different types of leaves. ICT.
Before heading out to wetlands, teachers normally give the children the option whether to research the park a bit more. Once being at wetlands, the staff at wetlands then encourage the children then to do a bit more research on what they found out today and see if they can come up with any new ideas.
Welsh. Cymraeg. All the signs in wetlands are both English and Welsh. This is just a good way then of showing the different types of information that's both in English and Welsh. All the staff there are completely fluent in Welsh, so if there's any Welsh schools, they're more than welcome to attend.
Thanks, Jack and Zoe, that was so informative. Now I know so much more about what wetlands do to cater to the national curriculum. Now let's look more at science. At wetlands, science is seen as an integral part of any school visit. Each school are able to tailor-make their lesson plans and activities for the day in accordance with the topics or themes which they are covering. Such topics include adaptations,
amphibians,
birds,
conservations,
cornerstone topics,
the ecosystem,
environmental changes,
evolution and inheritance,
flight and migration,
food chains and webs,
habitats and microhabitats,
invertebrates,
life cycles,
mammals,
plants,
sounds,
reproduction,
seasonal changes,
and water.
All of these 13 topics we just listed now all have subsections to cater for Foundation phase up to Key Stage 2.
An important part of a school trip to wetlands is the use of the outdoor classroom.
Here we're in the viewing tower. This is above all the land here, and it's a 360 panoramic view of the whole land, as you can just see out, see as far as the eye can see, and just really appreciate the land and the views here. Thank you.
At the end of the day, the children have the opportunity to come up here with their class teacher and the advisor, and they're able to walk around, have a little look, and they're able then to reflect on what they've actually learned today and what they've done. They can look out the window, see how far they've got. It's an opportunity for them to ask questions and reflect on prior knowledge.
While we're in the viewing tower up here, we can see, if you looked directly down, this is where the new outdoor classroom is going to get built, because it's been such a popular demand by all primary schools, secondary schools, everything, that they felt that they needed a new one. And as you can see, if you look over this side, this is the pond zone. I hope you enjoyed our video as much as we enjoyed making it. It was really interesting for us to see how children learn science from different environments.
It's amazing to see how many outdoor environments and outdoor classrooms wetlands have to offer, from the observatory to the viewing tower, and we also learned quite a lot ourselves.
We learned so much, including animal habitats and how the environment works, and you can really see and understand how much a school can get from the trip, and how it's so beneficial to reinforce their science. So class, I hope that lesson was enjoyable.
So enjoyable!